Hello, everybody. Ponyboy here, and today we are going to be watching Ghost Rider versus Spawn. I'm sorry, I have no idea what to say here right now. Even though I've only been doing let's see, how many reactions? 5 at least? 5 reactions. And as you can see, I now actually have a green screen behind me, but I won't be using it very much on this video, mainly because I still need to work on it, making it look more standoffish. And I'm going to have to start wearing more of my orange shirts so that way I won't be accidentally cut off with them. And I still need to get used to getting certain things done, but oh well. Let's just see how well I do with this video, since I'm also going to be using Audacity for the audio now. I have been seeing Audacity for some time, but I still haven't fully learned how to use it properly, so hopefully by the next video of a reaction time, I hope to have more control and understanding of it, so get you guys all at the end of the video. Oh boy, this is gonna be intense. Oh boy.
Ghost Rider versus Spawn. The Spirit of Vengeance versus the Dark Angel of Armageddon. He's with
Dark Angel.
Boomstick. And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Johnny Blaze has always been a man possessed, chasing the thrill of certain doom by performing death-defying stunts, following the example of his adoptive father, Crash Simpson. Until the day Crash lived up to his name and got cancer, heartbroken, and without enough Wampa fruit to save him, Johnny turned to the only thing that could, chemotherapy. Oh! To cure Crash's cancer, Johnny sold his soul to Mephisto, king of the 8th layer of hell. Only for Crash to actually live up to his name right after. But instead of scooping up Johnny's soul, Mephisto had something else in mind. He bound Johnny to an instrument of divine wrath, Zerathos, the Spirit of Vengeance. So Johnny Blaze lived up to his name and burst into hellfire, an undead skeleton biker with a sick-ass hog, the 5th scariest Nick Cage performance, the stuntman from hell. He called himself
the Ghost Rider.
Sorry, Johnny, that name's taken. Okay, then how about the Ghost Rider? Sure, we definitely didn't forget that we named a character the same thing only 5 years earlier. All you. The Ghost Rider was bad news for Earth sinners and scumbags. He's strong enough to pull down skyscrapers, blow up mountains, and cause earthquakes that can be felt across whole countries. Don't even think about fighting back. He can remake his whole body from the hellfire that engulfs him, making him immune to all physical damage. Only holy weapons that target his soul can harm him. It's not just his body. His whole arsenal is hellfire. Ghosty can create anything he can think of, from an infinite stream of chains, a shotgun packed with fiery rounds, or a flaming missile barfed right out of his mouth.
Okay, well that's...
And he can imbue other objects with hellfire, such as his Hell Cycle.
Love that thing.
This bike can outpace Thor's hammer Mjolnir, which can cross the universe in seconds. Hellfire is a weapon in and of itself, whether shot out of his hands, raining down from the sky, or released from his... his boner.
I remember that. Oh, come on.
It doesn't just scorch flesh. Hellfire is so deadly, it can burn away your very soul. This technique would be mastered by Johnny's successor, his own brother, Danny Ketch. Oh, yeah.
Danny?
Johnny's not the only Ghost Rider, and Danny was the first to master their most famous move. You know, the one that burns your soul to smithereens with just a
penance stare.
The penance stare.
Yep.
The penance stare inflicts upon its victims every ounce of pain they ever wreaked upon others. Every cruelty, no matter how small or righteous, is reflected back. A biblical punishment. Obliterating your soul. It even works on other Ghost Riders, like when Johnny and Danny got into a staring contest and Danny actually depowered Johnny. Eyes are windows to the soul, so the Ghost Rider must be able to match his victim's gaze for the penance stare to work. Some people have survived it, like the Punisher supposedly because he didn't regret his actions, but it did work on him on other occasions. Well, Johnny can adjust how deadly it is, and it doesn't necessarily have to kill you.
He can use the stare to read minds, force you to confess info, or just show you the error of your ways.
Remember, the Ghost Rider has
Okay,
two
that's actually
souls
pretty cool.
in one body, with the kinder Johnny battling the demon Zarathos in a war of control.
Classic Faustian bargain.
Yep.
All the power in the world, but if you want it, it uses you. Because if Johnny gives in, the demon's full might will take over, and then everything is screwed.
Zarathos' strength is
Yikes.
boundless. He can open up portals between dimensions, control the elements, pen and stare an entire city, and fly
What?
all the way to Asgard, which is a literal infinite distance away.
He's manhandled some of Marvel's heaviest hitters, like Thor, World War Hulk, and Doctor Strange. Hell, Strange said Zarathos is a threat to all realms, mortal and immortal.
Hyperbole?
Damn.
The Archangel Zadkiel said that the power of the Ghost Rider could threaten all of existence, and even bring down heaven itself.
Right before an army of
Wow.
Ghost Riders did just that. Yeah, an army. The spirits of vengeance are legion.
As far back as the
Okay.
Great Flood, humans have been bonded to the vestiges of God's power to act as his divine wrath on Earth. A sort of heavenly black ops.
Okay, wait, does that make Zarathos an angel now? Or is he still a demon?
Both? Neither? Despite being one of the greatest entities in existence, it's unclear. What we do know
That's
is that
so.
ages ago, Zarathos feasted on souls and battled Mephisto for rulership of his realm. Mephisto,
Place
ever
your
trickster,
bets.
claimed victory and gained control of Zarathos forevermore. Hence how he could bond him to Johnny.
But Zarathos got his revenge against that big red bitch with another Ghost Rider, Alejandra Jones. Bet you wish you had one more day to fix that hole in your chest, huh?
Comic book fan punching bag though he may be, Mephisto is unbelievably powerful. A battle
Yep.
with him could cause omniversal Armageddon. Fitting as his
Oh.
fight with Galactus rents the cosmos asunder.
And Galactus' fights can destroy all of Marvel's infinite multiverse. That's the kind of awesome power at Zarathos' disposal. Total
Damn.
cosmic annihilation.
So it was no surprise when
That's
Johnny went down to the
crazy.
underworld and took Hell's throne for himself, usurping the devil that ruined his life and finally grabbing destiny by the handlebars.
Scoring the total power of hell itself, plus a sick-ass upgrade, the Damnation Stare, which skips the
What?
whole every pain you've ever inflicted thing and just sends you straight to hell. No shot.
As they say though,
Damn.
uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. Johnny began an obsessive crusade to capture all of Hell's escaped demons. But by using his new power to damn them to hell, he began absorbing their evil, feeding off of it, and it corrupted him. Once again,
Yikes.
Johnny Blaze was a man possessed.
In truth, Johnny was just as trapped by hell's power as he'd always been, and he needed Danny's help to pull him out of the darkness.
Though he gave up Hell's throne,
Oof.
the Ghost Rider continues his war against demons without and within, mentoring his fellow Ghost Riders in the ways of vengeance, always prowling the highways for the evil and the profane.
An unstoppable
Nice.
engine of judgment that, with just a glance, could make Galactus himself shit his pants.
Maybe one day he'll find salvation in the eyes of one of his victims.
Cause they sure as hell won't find any in his.
Damn.
If Al Simmons was one thing, he was a killer.
A lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army and the CIA's most
Alright, so
decorated
now we're
assassin,
spawned.
Simmons upheld democracy around the globe at the barrel of a gun, painting
Oh,
the third
boy.
world in red, white, and blue, but mostly red.
Until his final fateful mission when, per his boss's orders, Al was fired.
The burning was only getting
Yikes.
started because
What
Al's immortal
the-
soul was on a one-way trip to hell.
Where he cut a deal with Malvosia, the big, naked lord of the Eighth Circle of Hell.
By
Huh,
their pact,
another
Simmons would be
one.
reborn a Hellspawn, a superpowered commander of Hell's armies, in exchange for seeing his wife one more time.
Oh, buddy, you're just asking to get monkey's blood.
Al Simmons returned from the dead as a decaying zombie 5 years later, after his wife had already remarried and had a daughter.
There, you
Oh,
saw her.
that
Now get back to work,
sucks.
bitch.
Thus was born the undead
That's-
warrior from hell itself, Spawn.
He's so 90s that he comes all the way back around to being the coolest thing ever. Look upon his edge, wizard, and despair.
Spawn will violently defend New York's downtrodden, while slowly uncovering the full breadth of his demonic powers.
He's like a walking superpower encyclopedia. He can fly, teleport,
Okay.
turn invisible and intangible, move things with his mind, make force fields, control the elements and the weather, and even
Wow.
stop time. Speaking
Okay,
of
now
time,
that is
he
cool.
can fly so fast, he literally breaks into other dimensions and smashes time as a concept.
He can
What?
manipulate matter, shape-shifting his own body or transmuting other objects and people. He can
Damn.
even control and absorb your soul.
Wait,
Man, this is
if
why-
he can rearrange molecules and crap, why doesn't he just fix his uggo face?
Well, he tried to do that, but Malbolgia cursed him so that he could only make himself...
It's petty trolling like that that gets you thrown in hell.
To be fair, Spawn can achieve a similar result with illusions and mental manipulation. He can read and control minds, implant and replace memories, or simply drive you mad.
Spawn can do all this crazy
Gee,
shit because he
my
runs
goodness.
on necroplasm. Basically,
What
hell
is that?
juice.
You're not
Huh.
wrong. Necroplasm is the energy that makes up hell itself. Al's undead body is composed of 400 pounds of it.
He can wield it like an energy blaster empowered by the sins of others. Spawn can absorb your evil and feed off of it. By simply walking on Earth, Spawn feels all of humanity's pain all at once.
He's even absorbed the sins of 8 million New Yorkers instantly, cleansing them of their evil.
Like Jesus?
Or he
Yeah,
can
I was
do
gonna
the
say
reverse,
that,
make you
but-
experience the full weight of your
Oh!
own sins, feeling every bit of pain you've ever inflicted on others
Oh
in your
my-
whole life.
Like some sort of penance.
Though Spawn's necroplasm comes with
Exactly.
a catch.
Yeah, he's
Oh,
got
dear,
a
what is
limited
it?
amount of the stuff, and it drains every time he uses his powers. If he runs out, he's dragged back to hell.
Even depowered, Spawn can rely on his elite military training in hand-to-hand combat. He's even fought Batman to a standstill.
And as
Damn.
befits his past profession,
It's actually
he
pretty
loves
cool.
his big-ass 90s guns.
Though his greatest weapon is the sentient being he's genetically and spiritually bonded to, his cloak. Letha of the Seventh House of K.
You ever
So
wonder
that's
why
how
his
come,
cape's
okay.
red? No,
Yeah,
well,
why?
now you are, and it's red because it's made from the apple Eve ate in the Garden of Eden. It's literally made of original sin. Oh, and also the souls of a million sinners, including every one of Hell's victims. Also a touch of vampire for good measure.
What
K7
the?
Letha is constantly
Okay.
evolving. It can act independently to defend Spawn
That
with an
is
infinite
just-
stream of chains, transform into weapons, or drain people of their power. It is the most potent weapon
Damn.
Spawn has ever created.
It even helped Spawn beat the primordial dark god Urizen, who can destroy and eat your soul with just a glare.
Except the souls bonded to Spawn acted as a buffer, allowing him to survive.
You'd think with an arsenal like that, he'd be unstoppable. But Hellspawns have a weakness to holy weapons and can be killed permanently if decapitated by one.
Though Spawn has
Okay.
managed to survive
I
this in
mean,
the past. No, Spawn's
makes
greatest
sense.
weakness is his own... how do I put this? Stupidity.
So Spawn
Huh?
got this angel lady, Angela. Great name for an angel. She had this dimensional lance that could wipe Hellspawn out of existence, and Spawn got it. But instead of, being cautious around a mysterious angel weapon that hurts him, he just had to push the big shiny button and activate it on himself.
And so, Spawn was forever destroyed.
What?
Until he reconfigured reality to undo his own inexistence.
There we
Huh.
are, good as new. That has to be the first time we've seen someone accidentally kill themselves and survive.
On his
Okay,
quest as Hell's
like-
greatest warrior, Spawn has defeated a serial killer ice cream man, a demonic clown, and even his old boss remade by Heaven into an anti-Spawn. He's even encountered other Hellspawn.
Okay.
Killing bad guys might seem counterintuitive if you work for a Hell Lord, but it actually just adds more souls to Malbosia's army. An army Spawn would have to lead in a war with Heaven that'd kill all of humanity.
Because the reason Malbolgia
What?
chose Al to be his commander wasn't that he was some great warrior. It was because Al had proven that he was the best at taking orders.
All his life.
Oh,
and
well,
all
that's
his death,
just-
Hell was nothing more than a hired gun.
But
Yep.
he knew it, and he would do so no more.
So Spawn marched down to hell and ripped Mobosia's fucking head off with a scream so loud it echoed through all of reality. Spawn became the king of the 8th circle of hell.
As king,
What's up with
Spawn
the
is
8th
literally
circle
a part
of hell?
itself, gaining access to an unlimited pool of energy that increases 100-fold with every heartbeat. He's effectively omnipotent in there, and strong enough to challenge other hell lords like Mammon and Satan.
He got so strong, the only thing
Mammon
left
and
was to
Satan.
finally resolve the war between heaven and hell.
But Spawn needed help from the being who created this god and Satan to begin with, the mother of existence, Gaia.
She wasn't cool with her
That's-
kids being total assholes, so she appointed Spawn to be the universe's savior.
By eating the fruit from the tree of life, Spawn became truly divine, capable of battling God and Satan in a stalemate for eternity that extinguished all life on Earth.
And each of them are powerful enough to create and control infinitely sized universes.
What
Broke the
the?
stalemate by letting God and Satan destroy him, only for Gaia to separate the two from the reality they threaten.
Then, just like that time with the Lance, Spawn respawned and recreated the Earth. Poof, good as new.
Finally freed of the weight of heaven and hell, Al asked to be reborn as a human. But he knew in his heart he deserved to carry on his undead penance in perpetuity.
He's a
Oh,
creature of the 90s,
it's so
Wiz. He won't be
sad.
happy unless he can angstily brood over the injustice of his own existence.
Though if you threaten the alley he calls home, beware, because Spawn will turn whatever's left of your life into a living hell.
That is amazing.
All right,
All right, let's see who's gonna win. Who's gonna win? Who's
We've
gonna
run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for one hell of a death battle!
Really? You had to say that? Oh boy, let's see, let's see, let's see.
Nights like these drive men insane.
Damn.
Stone in the air. Something's coming. If it wants a piece of me, there'll be hell to pay.
Oh boy.
Go back to the pit you squirmed from, Hellspawn.
Make me.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Holy moly.
If you care, it's nothing personal. Vengeance calls.
Aha, I got my thumbnail right.
Sloppy, you fight like a bum.
You've earned your damnation.
Alright, if he runs out. Oh dear. That was quick.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker.
Oh. Haha, from the movie. Here comes the Hellstruck.
Be damned.
Wow, he just had to say that, didn't he? Get over here! Oh my goodness, this is amazing! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh my!
Cannot disguise your wickedness.
Now that is amazing. Heaven and hell fighting each other. What is going on? Oh. Oh no.
Simmons, your sins are innumerable. I am here to wreak vengeance upon your soul.
Oh
Sin for breakfast. Have a taste of your own goddamn medicine.
Oh dear. Oh dear, what is going? Oh, he did the Uno reverse.
It's like you said, nothing personal, asshole.
Oh my.
God damn!
Literally, this was a nail-biter of a battle that pitted
It
Ghost
really
Rider's
was.
immeasurable power against Spawn's skill and versatility. Let's break this down into
Okay,
four
let's see.
categories.
Let's see.
First up,
Let's see.
power.
Yeah,
Divine
let's.
Spawn could match God and Satan, who could create universes. Similar in scale to Ghost Rider's bouts with a lot of the powerhouses in Marvel.
But Zarathos was different.
Yeah, let's
Remember,
see.
his power can match that of Mephisto and Galactus, who can threaten all of Marvel's infinite cosmic reality, far greater than any cosmos Spawn has ever affected. Even though Spawn's battled and defeated Satan in more recent comics, implying he's retained a level of power similar to his divine form, he couldn't match Zarathos in power alone.
Ghost Rider
Yep,
may take
that's
power,
true.
but remember, Johnny actively resists Zarathos' influence, so Spawn may have had time in the fight to learn and adapt to Ghost Rider before he went full Blue Fury.
And Spawn definitely had the edge in skill. He spent decades in military combat and is
Yeah,
a master
that's
martial
true.
artist, whereas Johnny more so relies on his invincibility.
The ultimate dream power for a stuntman. Even with his crazy powers, Ghost Rider was a lot more direct than Spawn, pretty much entirely focused on attacking the soul.
Which doesn't bode well for his versatility.
Yeah, let's
Spawn
see
can
about
stop
this.
time, manipulate matter, turn intangible, control minds, warp reality. The Ghost Rider had a much more limited arsenal by comparison. Spawn had a huge advantage in this category.
Yeah, he
With his
did. Okay.
invincibility, way greater power, and the ability to scorch your soul to nothing, Ghost Rider could score the win through brute force, right?
Not exactly. The last piece of the puzzle is their resistances. Basically, who was harder
Resistance.
to kill. Spawn's constant mainlining of humanity's collective sin and pain meant he could
Okay.
survive attacks on his soul, including the penance stare, just like he
Oh.
resisted a very similar attack from Urizen.
Best of all, remember the time
Damn.
he rewrote reality to undo his own
How did I forget
existence?
about
There
that?
was
How did I
nothing
forget
the
about
Ghost Rider
that?
could do to overpower that. And that time with the lance wasn't planned, it was purely instinctual. He could replicate it any time he wanted, like in his fight with God and Satan.
So how do you put Spawn down for good? Well, you can't. At least Johnny and Zarathos could.
Unlike how Ghost Rider's soul
Really?
has been vulnerable to attack before, like when Danny used the penance stare to depower Johnny.
This sort of thing actually happens a lot, even in recent comics. The whole reason
Mm.
Johnny and Zarathos are bonded in the first place is because Zarathos' soul was manipulated by Mephisto.
And not only does Spawn have plenty of experience manipulating souls, he
right.
can replicate the effect of the penance stare itself.
And just think about that. A penance stare on Zarathos would mean he's feeling the pain from every penance stare that he's ever done. A penance squared.
The damnation stare, on the other
Oh
hand,
my.
actively helped Spawn, sending him to hell where he gets a literal infinite power boost.
And it wasn't just Spawn's soul powers that had spelled trouble. He had other ways to bypass Ghost Rider's immortality too, like transmutation, rewriting reality, or just straight up stealing his powers, which has worked on multiple Ghost Riders
Damn.
in the past.
Giving Spawn the final edge. Zarathos was almost unbeatable.
Let's
massive
see.
power
Five stronger
advantage,
matches.
soul destruction,
Okay,
immortality,
more
but
versatile,
Spawn
can
could
regain
counter
from
everything
anything.
thrown at him, and was too unkillable for Zarathos' strength
Far
advantage
weaker.
to matter in the long run against his crazier abilities.
That was
is-
one hell of a fight, and at least Johnny went out in a blaze of glory.
The winner is Spawn.
That
Next
was
time
amazing
on
fight.
Death
Let's see
Battle.
who's next. Oh shit, I've seen this one before. Shagaraki. I forget that guy's name.
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death Battle. Thanks for watching.
Now that is something I am somewhat excited about. One that can decay and the other one can manipulate. Wow, that was a pretty cool fight between two hell spawns. Not disappointed. Not disappointed at all. You know, this comes down to one thing I must say right now. Not knowing about the characters that you're going to watch fight is by far one of the best experiences to watch. Because when you don't know anything about either of the characters and you just see their feats, you just go, who's gonna win? That's why I love not knowing about any characters when it comes to like Death Battle. Even this upcoming Death Battle with the Shigaraki and can't pronounce that guy's name. I'm sorry, okay? I'm not much of an anime watcher, okay? My Hero Academia versus Jujutsu Kaisen. Man. That was cool. I'm not gonna lie, that was cool. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. And I hope you guys enjoy the next video. Peace out, everybody. Goodbye.